Welcome to my channel. This is Dawn with Pink Chair Gaming, and this is day 19 of my 30-day challenge to create a festive island in 30 IRL days using no Nintendo Online. My goals for the island are to have at least 2 festive builds, have a 5-star island, and have at least 3 villagers that fit the island theme. In my last video, we worked on my food truck area, and I did a little more work to this off camera. First, I used my favorite custom code website to create some cute little snow blobs to put on the path, and I am loving these. I think they definitely add a lot to the design. Next, I went on Pinterest and looked at some different food truck designs, and I actually designed this little window all on my own, and I love how this turned out. I like it better than the little cafe menu on the side of the truck. I've had the little round table for a little while and decided to add it here with the afternoon tea set on top. I was lucky enough to get the menu chalkboard from a balloon. That was a good find. And then I've also had the little dessert case that I added to the top of one of the tables. So that's this area updated. I still need to do a little bit more with it, but it is definitely a good start. So let's see what else we can get into today. I have this one small area on my snow path that I can't figure out what to do with, and I think the destinations signpost would be perfect, so I'm going to get the DIY for that. I needed to get some resources, so I decided to do a cap and island tour, and this one was pretty good. I actually landed on an island that has tomatoes, so that'll give me a little bit of crops to harvest that I can then go sell at Nooks. I must really enjoy being broke because I decided to go ahead and just pay off this natural incline that's right here going from my neighborhood up to the campsite area, but at least it is completely paid for and taken care of. I was also able to do a little bit of harvesting on my island and make some different foods that I could place on the stalls in my food truck area. This is definitely going to help fill this little space out. One of the things I really want to do today is move my house. I have an idea for a build that I want to do in place of where my house currently is, so I am now scoping out a new area for my house. This area here is my initial thought of where I want to put it. I'm not sure there's enough room to do what I want, so first I'm going to take down some of these cliffs and see where that gets us. And as I sit here and stare at it, I'm still just not sure that it's enough space or exactly what I'm looking for. So to give you a little bit of a backstory, when I did my hard mode island, I loved the little area that I created with my house. So to help me get a little bit of inspiration, let's go do a dream on my hard mode island where my house was, so I can get a better idea of exactly the type of area I need for what I'm wanting to do. Alright, here we are. This is my hard mode island where my house was, and I love how this turned out with the little farm area and the trees on the side, and of course the barbed wire fence, which is my favorite fencing in the game. The biggest thing I've been trying to figure out is how much space I needed on each side of my house to make this work. So I'm going to walk through here a little bit, do a little bit of counting, and I'll meet you back at my island so we can figure out how to make my house fit. We are back on my island, and before I head back over to work on my house area, I wanted to go ahead and make this little signpost, and this definitely helps this area look better. That is perfect for that little spot I just couldn't figure out what to do with. Okay, we're back over here again, and I'm going to start by trying to put down a place where I think the house can go. Then I'm trying to count spaces to make sure I have enough room. I think I want to put a cliff behind it. So I'm just going to let you watch the montage of me do this, and I'll see you in a few minutes. Alright, as you can see, it did not take me long to figure out this area is not big enough. So now I'm off to find another area, and I'm thinking that this one over here to the right will work, behind where my 2 houses are. Let me scope this out for a minute, and I will be right back. Okay, I think this side of the island might work, but before I get too far into it, I'm going to put down some pathing just to help me count spaces to see if I have enough room for what I want to do on each side of my house, plus the size of my house. Okay, what I did not show you was me walking around my island for literally 15 minutes trying to decide if this is going to work or not. And I think it is. As you can see, I went and got some of the large lattice fence that I can put behind my house. And I also grabbed one of the pergolas that I have just to see if I thought this would look cool on the side of the house. Because I don't know that I really want the cliffs behind it. Because I don't want a large cliff to have to decorate. And I think a small one would just kind of be dumb because you could maybe put one row of trees. So I'm going to see if I can make this work by just putting my house directly at the back of the cliff. So I went ahead and got the moving kit for my house, and I'm going to try this here. And at first I'm like, I don't know that I like it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say no, and I'm going to put the lattice fence behind the house and then see if I like that better. And even though I don't have it all the way across the back, I can already tell this is better. I just didn't like that little gap on the side. So we are going to go ahead and go with this and put my house in front of the lattice. As I was cleaning up the area, I actually saw a tarantula, and I cannot believe I actually caught it. I don't know that I've ever caught one of those, but hey, that'll at least sell for a pretty penny. And to go ahead and get my house moved, let's go ahead and time travel to the next day. Alright, my house is officially moved. Now I'm going to see if I can clean up the area, dig up the trees, and that way I can go ahead and get my farm area where I want it, and then I'll have these trees that I can put on the sides. Alright, there we go. I have that area ready to go. Now my only problem is my two little houses that I had over here. They just don't really fit the area now. So now I need to find another place to put those. So now I'm back to the area I originally thought about putting my house, and I think this might work. It's going to take me a little bit to maneuver some stuff around, but let's see what you think when I get done. Right, I think I finally figured it out. I did decide to put cliffs behind the houses, and then I'm going to go ahead and extend this river to meet the river that was over there. And I'm going to go ahead and add the waterfall from the top up here. I think this will look really cute. And then I am going to go ahead and mark an area to put some sort of bridge from this area over to where my house is. After looking at it for a minute, I decided to go ahead and move the right-hand house over one space, and I'm going to go ahead and put an incline between the two houses that goes up to my campsite area, and I think in the end this is going to turn out really well. Before logging off for the day, I went ahead and was finishing up my 2X goals, and one of them was to get coffee at Brewster's, and before I was getting ready to leave, Tommy came in for a coffee. And I thought that was the cutest thing I think I have ever seen. Alright, that is going to be it for day 19. I knew I wanted to move my house, but did not expect it to turn into as big of an undertaking as it was. But I think in the end, I'm going to be really happy with it. Off camera, I'm going to do a little bit of grinding for some money. I might work on a couple of custom codes and maybe go ahead and move Azalea's house. I do have an idea for an area where those two houses are at the front that I will do sometime in the future. If you want to see what we have in store for tomorrow, please be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any future content, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye!